Let's consider openness. Information wants to be free, but there are boundaries to it, right? There is a huge danger of overshare. So openness means that those who need the information have it accessible and it's consumable. And this is a really important point. Just because you're sharing the information doesn't mean people understand it or can get it. Have you ever had to put together a piece of furniture, one of the famous flat pack pieces of furniture that were translated through 5 languages to get to yours? The grammar's all wrong, it's garbled, the diagrams don't make sense. You're like, oh, well, they're open. They've shared some instructions with you. The fact they're not consumable means they're not open. How many times have you seen a product backlog or a communication about the company's direction hidden in some bureaucratic newspeak, something from 1984, right? There used to be, on the Scott Adams Dilbert site, there was a mission statement generator that would just put together a whole lot of business buzzwords, and boosh, you had a vision. We're going to work together to achieve the synergy for the next step forward to unleash the untapped potential of the universe. It's like, come on. And this is where it needs to be real. So openness means showing vulnerability as well, because you will be sharing the actual state of work, how you're actually doing today. And this is something to watch out for. You see it a lot in Anglo culture, where people, initial greeting is how you going. In Australia, it's how you going. In the UK, it's how do you do? How are you? But it's ritualistic. It's a response. Oh, fine. I'm okay. Yeah, well, thank you. So it's more a social construct as opposed to a real question. In my experience, when people say, how are you? And you answer them honestly, they're a bit poleaxed. It's like, why is this person telling me about their life? Like, I don't really care. I just want to complete this particular social transaction and then get on my way. I don't really care that their dog's died or their car didn't start this morning, But so openness shows vulnerability, but it also enables trust. And trust is oh so important. High-performing teams have trust. The US Navy SEALs have a maxim that it's like, I can trust you with my life, but can I trust you with my money and my wife? That's the highest level of trust. Can I trust you with my cash and my partner? Will you look after my family as much as I want to look after my family? How much do you trust your team members? Is it because you're open? Do they really know you? And this is what we find when we run ways of working workshops. Having that small connection of humanity and understanding what's going on in other people's lives helps you work together better as a team, so you make considerations and support each other through those tricky things that are called life. Is someone moving house? Is someone expecting a kid? Is someone finding a new partner? Is someone breaking up from a partner? All of this stuff goes on, right? That's life. And work should be only a third of our days, right? But it sort of consumes us. So openness in this means many aspects. So there's the openness about work. There's the openness with our inner circle of trust, our Scrum team. There's the openness with stakeholders about progress. There's the openness to the market. There's openness to new ideas as well. Being willing to look at things from another perspective. So it's very, very nuanced and very contextual. If we overplay openness, we'll overshare. Do people really want to hear about some very minute detail of your commute into work today? Do people really want to hear about the argument you had with your neighbor about, where their cat toilets? Perhaps not. And so we need to balance what we share so we don't overshare, so that we are respectful of other people's boundaries, that we're connected to our product goals, our sprint goals, our purpose, our mission, and we are open appropriately. that also means that we need to make sure information salient to our product is shared in such a way it's easy to consume by ourselves as a team, by our stakeholders, and that we're validating our product in the market. We're open to market feedback to enable us to respond by altering our product backlog, or if needs be, end of life our product. Like if it's not working, listen to that. Being open to change, being open to inspect and adapt. So overplayed, openness can be very destructive and people will just ignore you. We as humans are really good at turning up the internal squelch. So squelch is a radio term, which means suppressing the static or the noise. Humans are wonderful at doing that. There's so much going on in our brains and what we're receiving that we're very, very good at tuning out the noise. If you're too open, other people will just unconsciously tune you out. So maintaining a sufficient level of openness to improve engagement means that you were then engaged and engageable. And when we're open with our consumers, when we're open with our stakeholders, we will grow a healthier, more trusting, more vibrant relationship. How is openness working for you? What can you do to bring better balance into your conversations?